About a year ago, I was at the mall with my friend and we were going through different shops until we came to Bath and Body Works. And if you don't know what Bath and Body Works is, basically they make stuff for you to smell good. So bath bombs, lotions, and sometimes body sprays. So that's what we went in there for. We went in there for body sprays. And my friend goes in there and he finds a body spray that he likes. It smells pretty good. And I go in there, I search through all the body sprays. And basically a body spray is like a cologne, but it's not like full fragrance, so it's really diluted. Anyway, so I'm looking through all these body sprays and I'm trying to find a good scent, and I find a scent that I really like and it smells amazing. But my friend picks a different one and he goes to check out. I'm like, whoa, what happens if I get one that people don't really like? What happens if I get one that just I like but not anybody else likes? So instead of picking the one that I genuinely loved, the fragrance that I enjoyed, I picked the one that he picked as well, which is also kind of weird. Like, why would you pick the same cologne as someone else, right? That makes no sense. But anyway, I picked the exact same, fragrance as him. I walked out, checked out, took that body fragrance, and I put it on. He put it on too, by the way. So then we go somewhere else. We go to like a festival type of thing. And we're there, and a girl comes up and she says, "Hey, you smell really good," to my friend. And I was waiting there. I was like, what about me? I smell pretty good too, right? But she didn't say anything to me. And I was like, yo, what is this, bro? What is going on here? And at the time, I blamed it on, it's just my looks. It's just because me. There's something about if you pick the same cologne, in my case, as your friend, if you do something that somebody else does just because they do it and not because you actually think it's the right thing to do, you are automatically a follower. You are automatically subservient to them. And I'm not saying like they're gonna make bad decisions. My friend wasn't picking a bad cologne in any way. I'm not, blaming him in any way. But I was always a follower. I was always doing what everybody else did because I was afraid of making the wrong decision. And you know what that did to me? It made me carry myself in a different way. So even though the actionable thing that you can see is me buying the same cologne as him, what's not as noticeable is that I also walked in his gait. Like I walked behind him basically. I hunched when he stood tall. I spoke less, he spoke more. I was always just the follower. And you cannot be proud of yourself if you are constantly choosing your decisions based on how other people think. Because if you are not thinking for yourself, then what are you doing? Why are you here? Why are you even watching this video? I don't understand. Why are you here? You will never be respected as great if you just go down the good little path that everybody else has already gone through. Let me ask you a question. Who is the fastest man in the world? It's probably kind of obvious. It's Usain Bolt, right? But who is the second fastest man in the world? You don't know. I don't know either. I'm going to be honest. I have no clue. It's the people who are the best that get all the recognition. If you just choose to go down the same path as other people and you are second best to them, you will never be greater than them. The same thing is in business. If you're going to choose a niche that has already existed for so long, and then you're going to go in there and try to do something in there, but you're not going to be the best, and you think, let me just, I'll just survive for a bit, you're not going to survive. Your business is not going to survive. There's a rule that I like. It's called the power rule. And it's that, as you get closer to being first, like the first rank, the best, you get more and more the exponential results, right? So, like the person who is first gets at least 100 times the recognition the person that's second gets. The person that's second gets about 50 times the recognition that the person who's third gets. And it's just like that. Like it's the first person gets all the recognition, second person gets some, third person gets basically, a little bit, and then after that, it's basically nothing. That's why you have to develop this attitude that you gotta be different. Because if you're not different, nobody's gonna care, right? It's better to be different and fail than to be the same as other people and not be as good as them. Take the risk of being different every time. Because if you just choose to be a follower, you're losing anyway. You're losing the respect anyway. Right? You're not going to get the respect that you wanted anyway. If you choose to be different, yeah, you might fail, but you also might win. Right? Obviously, it's not going to be skewed like that. More times than not, you're going to fail. But you're just going to have to choose to be different many, many, many times. That's how people who are incredibly successful win. They didn't just choose what everybody else did. They didn't just do what everybody else did better. They created their own space. And that's what you have to do for yourself if you want to respect yourself. I never, ever felt absolutely, truly proud of myself until I created the first, habit that I did for myself, not for anybody else. And I was so proud of it. Why? Because none of my friends did it. None of my friends did it. And that was working out. None of my friends were interested in that. They were all about video games. But I was like, nah, this is my thing. And I felt so proud of that. And that is how I built my confidence. That is how I'm sitting here in front of you speaking today. Alright, that's the point of this video. You have to be able to think for yourself. You want to choose exactly where your destiny is. So, an actionable step for you is to start journaling. And I want you to write 3 things every single day that you felt you didn't think about, but you did anyway. Things that you just did because everybody else did. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be bad, right? I'm not saying they're going to be bad. But what this does is it makes you mindful of what you're doing. Because most of the time, we're just on autopilot. We don't even know what we're doing. And we just do what everybody else does. I want you to know what you're doing and actually pick the right things to do. All right, so today you're going to journal. You're going to write 3 things that you did mindlessly because everybody else did. Right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but just write 3 things that you did. Okay? Now you'll be more mindful. If you want help to sculpt a body exactly the way that I did, right? If you want me to help you build a body and find that discipline for yourself, find that pursuit and find that greatness for yourself, click the links below. I have a free guide to calisthenics right there. And I'll show you exactly how I train from anywhere I want. So I hope you got something from this video. Go out and conquer.